food. No, basic food with fancy gourmet names.
So like, it's burgers, but it's like La Burger.
Yeah, okay. Well, like, let's just say like a bean taco, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like heirloom beans with avocado on a flour flatbread.
Because nothing says hipster like avocado.
Right.
I love avocado. I love guacamole.
Told you.
It's good. And it just happens to be good for you.
Bro, you gonna start the show?
I already started the show. You guys just started talking about, shit.
Restart then.
What is up? This is Scarcasm, and I'm Chase, and that's Scar, and we have Samuel.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
So what's going on in with y'all this week? What's been happening, Chase? You shaved your beard?
I did.
And you grew an asshole hat.
I grew an asshole hat?
An asshole hat. He has one of those like paperboy hats, like paper sir.
Yeah, I've wore these hats for like last decade, so I haven't really stopped.
Okay, so you're gonna be standing out on the cold with like a stack of papers, extra.
Yep. Or I can just like put razor blades in the brim and just hit people with them.
Because that's very practical.
Yep. That show on Netflix. That's why it's called Peaky Blinders, just because they put the razor blades in their newsboy hats.
Okay, I thought it was people peeking through blinders.
Or that.
It was a show about
Peeping Toms.
Peeping Toms. Yeah. Peaky Blinders.
But yeah, I'm gonna get me
what's that?
I'm gonna have me a job interview on Tuesday, so I wanted to be presentable.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So it's gonna be a security job, so ain't no gun toting or whatever, but
oh yeah, what are you gonna be securing?
Well, they do multiple things, but I applied for 2 positions. One was at Duke Energy, like the power company, and the other is for the public schools. But the public school one requires me to ride a bicycle, and I never completely learned how to ride a bicycle. I just never gave a shit about bikes.
Well, see, I never had the balance for it, so it was always a struggle for me.
Yeah,
I just
me
gave
too.
up.
Yeah, me too.
Man, how y'all don't know how to ride bikes? Like, what? That's like...
I knew Scar was going to be like, let me put on a fucking shirt right now. I was going to like...
Oh, no, I had the shirt right here.
And then once we started talking about bikes, you were like, I'm putting it on right now.
No, I had the shirt on. See, what had happened was your boy had ran out of time while he was cooking and stuff because I was painting, I was playing games, watching TV, all kinds of stuff. So I had just made some spaghetti. And I didn't want to wear the shirt first and then spill something on my shirt. And then I'm sitting here with like spaghetti stains on my shirt the whole time. So I just had my beater on and finished eating.
So underneath that,
while you fumbled through the beginning of this episode,
I had to come in for the save, Chase.
Yeah,
man, because I'm just too
Chase,
chill. I'm too chill for intros. I'm just like, yeah, man, we're here.
Chase,
yeah.
Chase, you do realize that at some point I am going to retire, and somebody's going to have to take this shit over. As of right now, that's you. I'm not sure that's going to be you right now.
Well, when it happens, I will like step up out of necessity.
No, that's not how this works, Chase.
Scar's gonna have to come back wearing the 4-5.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm out the way. Man, all right. So let me go ahead and save this shit real quick. All right. So
So wait a minute. But underneath that shirt, you got a bunch of spaghetti like all up in there.
No, actually, I pretty much kept it, in the bowl. Like because y'all couldn't see me, I was basically eating like this. so,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't spill anything. So I survived.
Nice.
I survived.
So, just real quick, I have no idea who the young man is. I don't listen to modern rap. What's up with this 21 Savage?
21 Savage is a rapper. He is one of these modern rappers, and this is how I would describe 21 Savage and how he raps.
Well, Q said he was okay.
I like 21 Savage, but here's the thing. 21 Savage sounds like someone programmed auto new dude raps with an auto new dude rap software. But when he recorded all of the words for it, he was either really bored or about to fall asleep. And that's just how he sounds on everything.
Did you just describe mumble rap?
No, because mumble rap is basically what we tend to describe people who sing songy rap with a triplet cadence, which a lot of them have gotten out of. A lot of them have gotten out of it. We still call it mumble rap because we don't have another word for it, but it's the whole idea of mumble rap is basically these people trying to fit a lot of words into a triplet cadence, and it just sounds mushy because they're not enunciating enough like a Bone Thugs with the same kind of cadence, because it's basically the Bone Thugs cadence just changed. It was something that's been done for a while, but like the Migos made that shit really pop. And they made it really popular. So then like everybody started doing it and it just became a thing. But like the whole trying to fit a bunch of words into just one part, fitting a bunch of words inside of a 4 count, a standard 4 count, is basically what Bone Thugs and Harmony did. Like their whole thing. I watched the Unsung for Bone Thugs, and they said that when they used to just sit around and rap, when they was just not really doing anything, they tried to see how many words they could fit in a bar. You know what I mean? Like they tried to see how many words they could fit in a bar, and that just created that style. And then it's basically the Bone Thug style with a triplet cadence. A triplet cadence, for those people who are not musically inclined. The typical beat structure is on 4 counts. A triplet is basically putting 3 in the middle of those 4 counts. So, it's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of hard to explain for someone who's not like musically inclined.
I mean, yeah, I guess I get that. Like, I guess Bone Thugs is kind of mumbly, but it's not like the same thing. Like,
it's the same type of thing. It's not. I wouldn't call Bone Thugs mumbly, because they seem to enunciate because they had, years of practice before they got on of trying to fit all of these words in a bar. Right. So like they actually like enunciated and actually like, spoke words the way that you could possibly
you could actually understand kind of what they're saying.
Yeah, but the thing about the mumble rap is the difference between the way normal people talk and the way Southerners talk. Southerners tend to drag out stuff, and this rap style basically came from Atlanta, which is in the South. So that's basically what you have. You got they're basically doing the same thing, but it's just a Southern way of doing the same thing that Bone Thugs did.
No, this style of rap came from Atlanta, but we all know what didn't come from Atlanta, and that's your boy, 21 Savage.
Yes,
That's
21
what I was trying to get to. That's why everybody was jumping on him.
Apparently,
Thought it
21
was funny.
Savage. I don't know very much about 21 Savage. I know songs that he's on. I don't know very many like 21 Savage songs, but in my New Dudes music playlist, he is featured on quite a bit of it. And apparently, he's not from here.
Well, I was reading up on him, and apparently he's given interviews and stuff where he talked about growing up in Atlanta and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, that's like the first major sin. Well, that's one of the sins of hip hop. You don't fake where you're from.
Exactly. So apparently he is from the UK, and he got someone snitched, and they're going to basically he's just here and he just overstayed his visa, so they're trying to send him back.
Dang.
And that's all I really know about it.
Twitter lit up. It was just
What's up, Brandon?
I even joined in. I thought it was funny, just because I was throwing out the jokes and stuff. I mean, there was one that was talking about somebody was saying he's trying to buy NBC, but I said no, now he's going to try to buy BBC. I thought that was funny.
That was a good one. I see that. That was good.
They were just throwing them all out there, and it was just hilarious. It was a good hour and a half.
Yeah, so I had no idea. So apparently he came over on a visa in 2005. And he just kind of overstayed that bitch. So like this is why this is happening now, because he just kind of, went over. So I mean the same thing happened with Slick Rick though.
Yeah.
So like this is not something like for hip hop fans. Like it's like this is not.
Yeah, but Slick Rick wasn't really lying about where he was from though. I mean, that was kind of a known thing, wasn't it?
I mean, it was a known thing, but for most people who are like casual listeners, like he had that way of talking. But like a lot of people saw him as a New York dude because all he was around was New York dudes.
Right.
So I don't know. I like I said, I hope we can get this. I hope we can get this shit taken care of. Because I mean, there's too much money for him to make right now because he's on. There's too much money for him to make right now for him to kind of go out like this. So I don't know. I mean, it's pretty much like
right.
Yeah.
I was just commenting because Twitter blew up. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't even know who he was. So.
I'm not on Twitter. Like I barely at this time I barely look at my mentions. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my mentions real quick. I made a painting. I keep hearing myself. Does somebody not have headphones plugged in?
I have mine. Let me check. I'm pretty sure I have mine.
Yeah,
mine's good.
Yeah, mine's good too.
Yeah, so it's weird. I just keep hearing myself.
Yeah, I just pulled them out and I don't hear anything. So yeah.
Okay. So I made a painting for his daughter, and just as a thank you, I offered to make another one for him. And he sent me a picture of him holding a toy dinosaur. And the colors were like really bright colors, but personally I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was for gray or something like that. So I found the colors in Walmart. At first I was going to try to mix the colors together and try to make them, but I found the colors. Everything kind of worked out. So I do the painting, and after I do the painting and I put the video out and everything, he puts a post on Twitter, and it was Mason's, and that shit got me, bro. Like, for real. Like I had no idea, and then like here's the fucked up part, and this was kind of on me. He posted a whole bunch of pictures of Mason with the toy. And these mostly are pictures that I've seen before, and I never connected those dots. Like I never did. I just never connected those dots. And like I said, I've seen these pictures before. I follow the Praying for Gray and Mason page on Facebook and all of that stuff. And so like I've seen all of this stuff before, but I had no idea. And like just I think just I felt, I don't know how to describe how I felt. Like it was one of those things to whereas I was doing something just, for my friend, and then I didn't realize how much it was actually going to mean. And it kind of touched me in a bit that he would trust me with that, just to even in the sense of just the painting. It felt like the fact that I missed that made me feel terrible. Because I should have understood that, and I made kind of like, okay, I'm making a painting, and had I known, I would have tried to put a lot more effort into it. You know what I mean? Like I did a painting just like, okay, I'm doing a painting, but I would have tried to put at least a little bit more into it if I would have known that that's what it was for. So, but man, shout out to my man Meef. Like I got him that painting for his daughter, and he received it the day before her birthday. So it was a birthday present, which was kind of fucking dope. Like, you know what I mean? It was kind of fucking dope. So like, that's it's just kind of cool. Yeah. And even keeping on the subject, I'm not going to talk about the homie Big Boy. Longtime listeners to the show know Big Boy. He used to be a frequent contributor, and he even did a Walking Dead podcast with Sherry. And he passed away recently. I don't really know all of the details, but I'll speak on it a little bit to close the show. But yeah, that shit hit me really hard, like super hard. Today, and for a decent chunk of today, I didn't really know how I was going to function. But to be honest, it was him that helped me through it, and I'll explain later. All right, so we don't end up having a show too long. Do you want to go ahead and get into consumption now?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh! Before we do that, I was about to say that we talked about the whole Super Bowl thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're not supposed to, because of copyrights and stuff like that. Like I have people like on like podcasts that I listen to, like ESPN podcasts and all kinds of stuff, and they couldn't actually say the word Super Bowl. I mean, I'm a nobody, so I can fucking say that shit here. But like, when I made a painting, and like because of everybody else, I didn't actually say the words in the painting, because I mean, I'm a nobody, so like I can't stand to be sued. Like, what am I gonna do if I get fucking sued? Not that anyone cares, because
Branded in the chat gives his condolences for Big Boy.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I know his people appreciate that too. Okay, so here's the thing, and I don't know if it's going to be true this year, but this is the thing. A few years ago, I saw a YouTube video, and I saw this video in January. The video came out in December, and in this video, this guy correctly predicted who was going to be in the Super Bowl and who was going to win. And he said why. And this has been true every year, which it doesn't look like it's going to be true this year. Well, as of right now, it doesn't look to be true this year. But like when the Patriots beat the Seahawks, like we didn't know that this was going to be, and it didn't look like it was about to not be true. So here's what he said. The Super Bowl is fixed, and it is fixed by Vegas. So here's how Vegas fixes the Super Bowl.
All right.
Whoever has the biggest controversy coming into the game, that is who is going to win the Super Bowl. And it's happened every year since I saw this video. Like take Deflategate, right? Take Deflategate. Deflategate was a big fucking deal. And like everybody was just like, oh, they're cheaters, blah, 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 whatever. Because the controversy makes you put your money on the other team. Meanwhile, everybody at Vegas puts their money on the Patriots. Because if they win more money. So then it's all fixed from there. So Deflategate happens, and you're like, fuck the Patriots. So you put your money on whoever the Patriots are playing. The Patriots win, Vegas cleans the fuck up, and everybody else looks stupid for not putting their money on the Patriots. And it's happened every year. If you go back and watch every Super Bowl the last few years, it's always whoever has the biggest controversy actually wins the Super Bowl. And this year, the Rams have the biggest controversy. That's why I'm thinking that the Rams are going to pull this off. Even at the last minute, I think the Rams are going to pull this off. They're currently losing, but it may not be true this year. But if I was a betting man, I would have put money on the Rams. Because with the exception of so far this year, this shit has been 100% right. Whoever has the biggest controversy ends up winning the Super Bowl.
Controversy.
Yeah, how about not yawning into the microphone while talking? How about that? Like, seriously, though? Like, you couldn't just press mute for a second and then just say it? Like, for real? Like, that's how we doing right now? Like,
this is a chill podcast, man. We don't give a fuck.
That's what we giving to the people?
He said this is Scarcasm Live. It's live.
Yep.
So that's what she said.
Fuck that.
It's gonna be a new thing. So, that's what she said.
Okay.
All right. So what do we want to get into first? We can get into what we've been watching first, because I've only watched one thing. Outside of the normal stuff that I watch, like on YouTube and shit like that. I want to say this: the YouTube stuff. I'm gonna get into what I've been playing, but mostly it's been basketball games, and I thought the gaming community by itself was very fucking toxic. You ain't seen toxic until you start watching YouTube videos with the 2K community. The 2K community is batshit fucking insane. So like they are just like at each other. They fucking hate the game, but they play it because this is what they play it because that's what their people want them to play, because they built a channel playing fucking 2K, and even though they don't want to fucking play it anymore, that's what the channel fucking wants. And then it's like people being mad at fucking 2K and the Mike dude and the Ronnie dude, who are basically the community people, basically the community liaisons to the community and to the people and all that kind of stuff, and they hate them so fucking much, and then they start having beef with each other. It's fucking crazy. Like, it's crazy, and like I'm like, yo, I don't even fucking care. I just want to watch videos about building the best character that I can build. So I'm not wasting any money here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I fucking care about. I don't care about none of this shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of toxicity, I saw a post on Facebook or somewhere where it was like, Fortnite is the best game I've never played. It's game of the year of every year that is super popular because they're like a Dota player or something, and they've noticed that all the toxic people have left whatever game they really like and are playing Fortnite now.
Pretty much. It all just kind of works out. Yeah. So, yeah. So I've only watched The Gifted. Like, I've watched nothing else. My girl was away for a week, and I didn't want to watch something that we watched together, and so I just kind of blazed through The Gifted, which is, I really like the show. The Gifted is kind of dope. So, but I'm finished the 2 seasons that are on Hulu. Apparently, more episodes are coming later. In a few weeks, the last few episodes are coming out, and I'll be there for it. I really like The Gifted.
Nice.
Cool.
How about you,
Shay?
Sam?
Oh, Sam, fine.
These headphones are absolute crap. So they go in and out for every now and then.
Well, Scar's been kind of going in and out anyway because of connection, it seems like.
Really? I hear y'all
right.
just fine. That's weird.
But I was saying, how about you, Sam? What you been watching?
Oh, let me tell you what I've been watching. I've watched 3 things. So I've been watching the show Fam. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not. It's pretty new. Is there maybe like 2 or 3?
What's it called
2 or 3
again?
episodes. Fam, F-A-M.
Okay.
Like family, but
Okay,
cut
I got
in
you.
half. So it stars Gary Cole, who is like the dude he was the boss in Office Space.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really star him. He's there, but he's the main. He's basically the only good person, the only decent actor on the show. Everybody else is absolute crap. The dialogue and writing is just garbage. The main character, it's basically this black dude is engaged to this little dainty white girl, and she told him her father is dead. Her father is deceased. So whatever, let's move on. Come to find out, she was lying the whole time, and he's just an absolute piece of shit. And of course, the father is Gary Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he's pretty much a terrible human being, but he's really funny. And he's the only. It's funny. He's a piece of crap, but he's the only likable character on the show. Just because he says whatever comes to mind, and it's freaking hilarious. And but
yeah, I was about to say, I was like,
so...
how much you've been watching, because a lot of the stuff you're talking about that you've watched, you'd be like, yeah, the writing's bad, the writing this and that, and I'm like, well, why are you watching it? It don't seem you really enjoy it.
Because Gary Cole cracks me up.
Nice.
That's the only reason. The characters are just bland. They're just poorly written. Like, I didn't even know what the main character did until like last week. Apparently, he's a professor. I had no idea. And like, his parents are like the most boring parents ever. They're just so. It's Cheryl Lee Ralph, who was in. I think she was the mom in Moesha. It's her and some other dude.
Yes, she was. And do I sound better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to me, the thing is, like, these headphones are like little $10 wireless ones, but they're the only ones that I can actually hear from. Hear decently.
No, what happened was
Brand-
I forgot my microphone. My microphone was unplugged because I unplugged it when we were playing The Division.
Branded on Twitch is Ron Blocker.
Oh, okay, yeah, because his okay, so his Instagram profile is branded APA, I believe.
Yeah,
I
just shortened it, but yeah, that's Ron Block. So
I see you, dog.
That's what's up, man.
So these characters are just bland. Gary Cole's funny. He makes me laugh. That's the only reason I'm watching it still. If it weren't for that, I would have dumped it already. Let's see. Are we just doing one at a time, or
you can continue, man.
Okay, no, go for it. I'm trying to figure out who Gary Cole is. I know this guy.
You look at him and you're like, I know you, but then you look at what he's done, and he hasn't really done anything that you might have seen.
He's the like,
Office Space.
Yeah, like that'd be.
He's the boss of Office Space.
If you could, that'd be great. Guy.
Yeah, he's that guy. But that's the only thing I know him from. But he just looks so familiar,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I was also watching. I watched this on CBS All Access. Superior Donuts, the one with Judd Hirsch, who was the guy from Taxi, and he was the father in Independence Day, the old man, David Jeff Goldblum's dad.
Right.
So he owns a donut shop in Chicago, and he hires this young poor black kid who was like a street artist to go work in his donut shop. And let's see, Peg from Married with Children is in it too. And it's just a cast of different characters. They all hang out at this donut. It's basically Cheers, but in a donut shop. And they get to doing stuff and shenanigans ensue. It's pretty tame. It's a pretty tame show. They do bring up social issues every now and then. Like there was like a Black Lives Matter episode. There was a police brutality episode. There was an episode about like they touched on different social issues, and it's pretty good. Unfortunately, they canceled it after 2 seasons, so I'm barely on like in the middle of season 2. But after that, there's going to be no more episodes, and I'm kind of sad because it's really funny. Let's see, and the last thing I was watching, I'd watched half of this already before, but it's been so long that I just completely forgot the new Star Trek show. Started watching that again, only so I can get to season 2, because season 2 is kind of underway right now. My thoughts on it are still the same as the first time I watched it. It's kind of weird to get into. It's a thing where it's a continuous story, whereas like the original, all the other shows of Star Trek have been like, Monster of the Week episodes. This one is just like one long story, and it's just kind of strange to see it how it unravels and stuff. Not unravels, but how it plays out. And also, it's a lot more since they're on streaming now and not just on network TV. They actually dropped the F-bomb, and it's really, really strange. It's like a lot of people didn't like that. Also, a lot of people who watch, CBS is like a bunch of old people. There's things on there that they don't agree with. Like for one, like a female being in a female lead, and not only a female but a black female in the lead. And also like
so it's the people that like say that everyone is always offended all the time, yet they're getting offended left and right.
Yeah, they're the ones getting all pissy about this. Yeah, they're the triggered snowflakes.
Right.
But it's just like with every new Star Trek series that comes out, there's always the people that say, "Oh, this is not Star Trek," and then they get used to it, and then they're like they're okay with it.
They said the same thing every time they come out with a new series. They say the same fucking thing. They said the same thing with Enterprise. They said the same thing with this one.
That's what I'm saying. Like with every new one, they're always like, even when Next Generation came out, they're like, "Oh, this is not Star Trek."
Yeah, it's all the same shit.
Like,
and it's just like, I shared a meme where it was like, someone finds a scroll of truth. And it was just like, the moral of it is basically like, you get pissed off about like remakes and stuff like that and like how they change.
You're not the target audience.
But you're not the fucking target audience anymore. No one gives a fuck about you, old dude. Just go the fuck away.
Yeah, I shared that shit. I saw that. I had to share that because I've been saying that for years. When people were like, "Oh my god, they're messing up! Oh, Teen Titans Go! It's the worst thing ever."
The people that freaked out about the new Thundercats.
I mean, that looks like a bunch of shit, though. Like, I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm not gonna watch it either way. And I didn't share anything about it, but it does look like some bullshit.
Yeah, but that's like the same art style that they've been using lately for like a lot of their shows.
Yeah. But the thing is, like,
apparently the kids love it. I don't know.
Yeah, the kids love like Teen Titans Go, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's ruining Teen Titans." I was like, you can still go watch the old shit.
They still exist. They didn't erase them,
and it's not even canon. It's not like they're like putting Teen Titans Go in canon. It's non-canonical. It's just the target audience is kids. It's not for you.
And then the people who complained about the new Thundercats, I'm like, they made a remake in 2011 that was pretty straightforward, like the old show. Nobody watched it.
But nobody watched that shit.
Nobody watched it, and then that's why it was gone immediately. Right. So yeah, new Star Trek Discovery, I like it. There's a lot of people who are like down on it, but I don't care. I'll keep watching it.
It's the same people who are down with the down on the new Star Wars movies. Like the haters just gonna hate. Like ain't really nothing else to say about it. Like they just go hate, and it's like, it's like they're ruining my childhood. Fuck it. If you still care about your childhood, if you really care about your childhood, and it's there if you feel like it's there to be ruined, then you deserve that shit to be ruined. Your childhood is still exactly the way it was. You're not a fucking child anymore, dude. Calm the fuck down with this shit. And like, Michael Bay Transformers and fucking the Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. It's just like, it's not even that fucking serious, dog. Like all of this shit, like you said before, all this shit still exists. So if you care about it that much, go find the shit that still exists.
But they're like really, really mad that like the black lady is like the main character. I'm like, she's not even the captain. She's kind of she's kind of a prisoner who I don't know. There's a whole story to it, but anyway, yeah. That's just I've been watching that. It's great. I like it. I'll keep watching it. Screw the haters.
For real.
Yeah, screw the haters.
Chase.
I haven't been watching too much of anything, but we could go right into games if you want.
Yeah, I can do that.
But yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of The Division, which has been really fun, man. I like every time we play The Division, it has been 10 times more fun than when we played it on PS4. And I think most of that is to do. I played a lot of it by myself, and then you came in lower level than me, and then so it was kind of like I was playing by myself. So I would get messed up because I'm basically playing by myself. You would get messed up because you're way lower than me, and it was just not a very good time for either of us. But this time when we were playing on the same playing field, we've been like doing everything right. I mean, there's a couple times we were in a little bit of a pickle, but it was on us, we just didn't do it right. But we've been pretty much on top of things, and it's got me pretty hyped for Division 2, man. Because I want to get in there when it's popping and new, so I can. Because that's the one thing about Division I didn't like, is that unlike Borderlands or even Destiny, if you're leveled higher, you're not playing with your low-level friends because it's just going to mess everything up. Which is, kind of shitty if you're wanting to, like, include your friends and stuff, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's... I mean, and by this time, like you said, we started at the same time, so it negated a lot of the frustration that we had. And since we both played the game, like, we kind of know what to do.
Yeah.
And so because we know what to do, and mostly that's me, I remember pretty much everything. And it just kind of works out. And so it's been an enjoyable experience. I was already looking forward to 2. I don't know if I'm going to buy it day 1, but I will buy it. So yeah, Division was really dope. It's basically grounded Destiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's grounded in reality Destiny. So like they're very similar to each other in a lot of aspects. So yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah. And I played the Anthem demo, and I actually really enjoyed that. Like, I went into it just kind of not really expecting much. I just wanted to kind of see how it played on the PC, and I played through it on a lot of it on PC, and then I also played through it on PS4, mostly because Amber wanted to play The Sims, and we only have one Origin account in the house. So that was the thing. But the characters, I think, are going to be more fleshed out than like Division or Destiny or any of those type of games. Just there's a couple of characters that actually kind of made me laugh. Like the bartender was pretty funny, and the guy that you're doing most of the missions for, he's pretty cool. I don't really want to spoil too much. I mean, it's in the demo, but the what happens to him, it was just kind of funny.
No, I mean it's a demo, dog. Like I'm not concerned with spoilers. Like the only one that really gets bent out of shape about fucking spoilers is Blue. But like it's a fucking demo. Like so, like whatever happens in this fucking demo, it could possibly still be in the game, or it could is pretty early, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah.
So like,
well anyway, he gets like. He does this thing to where he's like messing with this device and he can't get it to work, so he slams it down on the table, and he gets split into 3 different personalities of himself. One is like super rash and like screw this shit, and the other one is super effeminate and like very Spock like, and the other one is kind of more closer to him. And they were just arguing each other. It was pretty cool how that all played out, but it's just weird how when you're doing the story stuff, you're kind of by yourself, and then you don't matchmake into other people until you go out into the world. But all the missions were like really fun, and to me, it just I didn't get a Destiny feel. I know it's that same type of game, but it definitely like the gunplay and all that was like straight up Andromeda, which that's not a bad thing. The gunplay in Andromeda is really good. Just there's a lot of. I mean, I like Andromeda, but I know that can be a hang up for people. I'm like, oh, it's like Andromeda. They'd be like, okay, I'm out. But it's the best part of Andromeda, the gunplay. So,
Right.
so yeah, it did. So that's one thing that like will definitely set it apart from Destiny and Division is that the actual action is different than those. And you definitely feel bigger. Like all the enemies feel like super freaking small, but because you're like this big freaking tank dude, So unless it was an actual big enemy, which then they felt big, but the actual just like ads and stuff, they felt super small. But I don't know. I liked it, and I dug like flying around and all that kind of stuff, and it was pretty. It's something new, man. We can't roll on. This is breaking news.
You were just like you are really like drawing out something that only you have played at this point. Like you know what I mean? Like we're both just sitting here like okay. Like
no, you can't see Sam. He's probably like tell me more.
Like that's very interesting.
No, he unmuted his mic. I ain't hear no looks like that theory is over. The Patriots are gonna win.
But yeah,
there's like a minute left, I think.
Yeah, it's 13-3. They just kicked another field goal.
I'm over here messaging with Q. That's why he's keeping me. Yeah, okay. 13-3. Wow.
I have ESPN up, and it's just running that, constantly updating the score and shit. All right, you got anything else, Chase, before we move the fuck home?
I haven't really been playing too much else other than that.
Good, Sam.
You guys are mean.
All right, so.
No, you just talk too fucking long about this shit. Like, you talk way too fucking long.
I played some Sniper Elite V2. Go ahead,
NBA
Sam.
Live 19. It's a video game about basketball, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I don't play 2K, so I can't really give a good comparison.
Oh, I'm going to do the comparison real soon.
Okay, go for it. Okay, I picked it up.
You talk about your experience.
Because Scar mentioned that it was $10. I was like, oh, let me go check this out. And so I was talking to Q about it, and Q agreed that he would also buy it, even though it would take him about 300 years to download. So yeah, I picked it up, played it a little bit. I noticed that right away it just threw me into the creator character, and I'm like, I do not want to do this. I do not care about this crap. I just want to play a season with the team. That's just not what I'm here for.
Yeah, I know people like that. Like Marcus is kind of like that. He only really wants. I only really care about playing my Spurs.
Yeah, but anyway,
I forgot you're a man.
I also noticed that like the rosters aren't really up to date because I still have DeAndre Jordan and them on there. I'm like, where's poor Zinger? Where's he at?
Did you download 18 or 19?
19.
I know when I just downloaded 19 like the same day that we all talked about this, there was a roster update because they had to do the Porzingis trade.
Maybe next time I turn it on it'll update or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because they definitely updated the Porzingis trade.
Oh, yeah. So yeah,
Wait,
I'll play
he plays for y'all now, right?
Well, if he ever heals.
True. He's a little bit fragile.
I was kind of upset about losing DeAndre Jordan, though. I really liked him. Let's see.
Really?
But yeah. Mind you, I don't watch a lot of basketball. So
yeah, but there's one thing that Charles Barkley used to say about DeAndre Jordan. He said, if you lock him in a gym all night and said, shoot as much as you want to, but you can't dunk, and you come back the next morning, he ain't made another damn point.
Well, I liked him because he was like a kind of a thing in the community. He did all these community events and stuff. That's pretty. That's more why I don't really watch. Like I said, I don't really watch. I watch like the bigger games, but as far as like sitting down and watching like a season game or something, nah. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing I played back in 2009. That was the last time I bought an NBA Live game, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, the shooting is a little better. I'll give it that, but everything else is the same. I mean, sports games are sports games to me. You know, when they don't have them helmets to talk about.
There's way more of a focus on the my career, the one mode type thing where you can take
Also,
your
they
character
put more into that. So they
and
put
go
more
to
into
the
that.
party. Yeah, they put a lot more into that, but I think since they've been back, they've only been back for the last couple of years. I think Live is a decent game. Is it the same quality as 2K? No, but I'll get to it when I do my part.
But you were saying those helmets, but they ain't no helmets in basketball. But have you?
That's what he meant, Julius.
Yeah, I know that.
But
have you checked out that floor though? That floor be looking good.
Oh yeah, the floor. Yeah, they really keep that floor clean, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to the Nets who got the herringbone floor. They still got the herringbone floor. The Nets got a different floor than everybody else.
Yeah, it's like is it the one that's like different colors or something?
Yeah, it's
been a while.
It seems like it's darker wood, and it's like in the pieces are put together in more like a herringbone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but no, it's a cool game. I mean, I'm not gonna play too much with it. I played a game on easy, and I was just killing everybody. And I'm like, well, I guess. I mean, I play sports games on easy. I don't care.
Yeah, they put it on easy, so there's that.
I'm like, Dirk should not be dunking off fools like this.
This is Nepo land, man. We play every game on easy, unless it's Diablo.
I typically play sports games on normal. I can usually suffice on normal with sports games.
Then you had Nepo Faker,
stuff,
man.
All that technical stuff, like all the substitutions and putting up with all that stuff. Yeah, I don't want to do any of that.
You're not in the Nepo club no more.
I'm not Nepo in everything. Like I mean, let's be honest. Like, I'm not
Halo.
Nepo in everything. Like,
yeah,
I'm not Nepo in Halo. I'm heroic in Halo. So, like, I'm not Nepo in everything. It's just like games, especially if it has a strong story. Like, I don't want to play on the harder difficulties.
Right, because you want to play the story. You don't want to.
Right, and I will Nepo if I feel like it's necessary, or if I just want to experience the story. Yes, it is not Nepo. It is not Nepo everything. It's Nepo when it's necessary.
Nice. I also played Watch Dogs 2, which I played like 5 times already. I was just playing the DLC because I hadn't played the DLC since it first came out.
Do you have that on?
DLC's pretty good.
Where do you have that?
I have it on Xbox. What I wanted to do, I really wanted to 100% it, but I realized to do that I'd have to do online missions. And let me tell you something about online missions with people who play Watch Dogs 2. Basically you and another player have to go do a mission with, do one of these sneak around missions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm over here trying to be, cautious and everything. The other dude just runs in, guns blazing. I'm like, no, dude, what are you doing? And that's pretty much every time. So there's no way I'm going to 100%. Unless it's somebody that I know who actually takes the game seriously.
Yeah, you got to play that shit.
Yeah,
you can't play it.
That's like playing the Division with a random. Like, you don't want to do that.
Right. Especially someone that you're not talking to.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if Q ever gets his online figured out, then yeah, we could do some Watch Dogs.
Yeah, the reason I asked is because me and Scar have it on PC.
Oh, of course you do.
And I've never played it.
Yeah, I bought it for him last summer.
I downloaded it. I think.
God. Hey, man, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So, Two of mine have already been covered, so I'll go over them briefly. The Division, we've already talked about the Division, and I've been playing live because I was playing 2K. I bought 2K18 for the Switch, and I'm really terrible at this game, and it's kind of a really kind of fucked up situation because I don't know whether I'm just terrible at the game or am I terrible because I'm not spending a whole lot of extra money for the virtual currency to make my character better because I only play the my career type modes. I don't play normal basketball at this point. In fact, I don't even know how. Like, you know what I mean? Like the idea, like once I pass the ball, I'm like, okay, so what do I do now? Because I'm used to passing the ball and then somebody else takes it. You know,
Here you go.
um, so um, so I've been playing 2K18 on the Switch, and for some reason I can't shoot at all. Like I can't shoot, I can't score any points, and it's just frustrating as fuck because I know most of it is probably because I only spent a little bit on virtual currency to make my player at least a little bit better. But see, here's the problem: I spent $10 on virtual currency just so he can shoot, and I still can't fucking shoot.
It's because you ain't
So
playing on Nepo, man.
um, for that you can Nepo it, but even on Nepo, it's still not working for me. Like I tried turning it down to rookie, and it's still not working. I typically play on pro. I know a lot of people play higher because, like, at the end of the game, you get more virtual currency or whatever like that. I can't really do it because, I mean, even if I play on Hall of Fame, like, I still can't fucking shoot. I can't shoot on rookie, so how the fuck can I play this on Hall of Fame and actually get anything worthwhile? Um, so it's just kind of one of those things to where it's like I just got frustrated and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try live because I remember I did the EA access thing for Live 18, and for the little bit that I played because I did the 10-hour trial. I never went back once it became full on EA access, but I used pretty much all of my 10 hours with the trial. I had just like I had a great time with it. So, holy fuck, you're vaping a lot. And that's coming from someone who vapes a lot. That's a lot of, like, every 2 seconds. I mean, at the very least, I try to fucking turn my mic off when I vape. But god damn, dude. But,
I had my mic like behind my head. I thought it would help.
it's still no. Like fucking, if either fucking mute it or just like calm the fuck down, dude. Like seriously.
I don't know. I'm like feeling it right now.
Like, yeah. So I was just frustrated with 2K. So I wanted to play live because I remember liking Live 18. So I switched to live, and I've been having an absolute blast. There is no virtual currency. There is no virtual currency for any mode other than the My Team stuff. You can't buy anything except for the My Team mode. That's it. Like you can't. But everything it is loot box based. But all of the currency for the loot boxes you earn by playing. Chase, you are not. Yes, you are not muted. Not
Well,
at
this
all.
mute does not work.
Nothing doesn't work, dude.
No, I don't think it works. Actually, it doesn't.
He's just randomly cussing us all out.
Yeah. So, yes, absolutely.
You hear me now?
I don't hear no different though. You sound exactly the same. Is it picking up that microphone or is it picking up your other microphone and you're pressing mute? Doesn't matter because it's picking up a different microphone.
Check your settings to see if your settings have anything to do with it.
Yeah, that's not the microphone that it's picking up.
Check your settings.
It's probably picking up your snowball, dude. Like seriously.
I've made that mistake before.
Yeah. Well, actually, I made this mistake now because playing the division, I unplugged my microphone because we were talking on Discord, and I forgot to plug my microphone in. So they were so
Yeah,
that's
that's what's
that's what
going
it
on.
was. Yeah, that's what happened. It was my webcam mic. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
So here's the thing: it's not picking it up on the stream because the stream's got this microphone. You guys got that one because I didn't want any Yeah.
Okay. So obviously everyone listening has a better time than us.
Yeah.
everyone else listening is having a much better time than we are.
All we're hearing is
Yeah, absolutely. But but yeah, so I started playing 19 and I've been having an absolute blast. Like I said, it's loot box based, but all of the currency for the loot boxes is in game. It has nothing to do with any more money that you can spend. You level up your character faster, and your character is usable from the beginning. When you start a character in 2K, like you're in the 60s as far as your overall ranking. And when you start on live, you're in the 70s, and you can get to pretty much 80 like very fast. I'm really enjoying it. I've already started 2 characters. I'm getting ready to start a third because you can actually do like WNBA players. The only problem with doing a woman, you can use her in the park and stuff like that, but you can't play like a WNBA season, which sucks.
Hey, there are no problems with doing a woman.
Absolutely, but like yeah, so that's the only problem. Like you can't play like a WNBA season, which I would have liked to do because like when you create a character, like your character, your lady character can dunk her ass off if you pick that setting, and they don't dunk very much in the WNBA.
That's not a possible on there because I saw that on there. You can make a girl. I'm like, oh, that's something I might do later. Right. I want to play some WNBA.
Yeah, I want to make a woman character, and at some point because I've seen some pretty decent builds for it, and like it's really cool because when you're playing the world tour where you're just playing a bunch of straight ball, you actually have women on the teams. Which is really dope, and like you unlock women by doing certain events and stuff like that. So I've already unlocked Maya Moore, who's supposed to be the truth when it comes to the WNBA. But yeah, the only problem that I'm having right now is I just like the Switch doesn't have live, so the only time I can play live really is on the Xbox.
Scar has a binder full of women.
Word. I really enjoy live quite a bit, and that's part of the reason why I was late to do everything, because I was trying to get through a certain match in live that I just kept losing over and over again, where I had to play on the team that was starring Ben Simmons, and he just kept cooking my ass. Like,
Ben Simmons.
I mean, he cooked the fuck out of us every single time. But yeah, it's live is fucking dope. So those are my games. 2K, live, The Division. I do need to play that South Park shit that I already paid for, but I'm just like, well, I need to play some fucking basketball right now because it's basketball time now.
Did you hear that? They're playing basketball song.
Oh please!
Basketball is my favorite sport.
Yeah. All right, so Brady actually won the Super Bowl. He is now the Michael Jordan of his sport.
Interesting.
6 rings.
I read somewhere that what's his face, LeBron James or something is going to be producing a new Friday the 13th movie. I don't know how true that is.
LeBron James has produced a lot, actually. Like he has all kinds of companies that do all kinds of different things. Like he even had a TV show on Stars called Survivor's Remorse, It got canceled after the second season, but actually it got canceled before the end of the second season, so they just released all of the fucking episodes at one time on the Stars app. They released like the last 3 all at one time, or it's something to that effect. But
was it any good?
I like Survivor's Remorse. I watched it when I had the Stars app for when I have it temporarily when shit I want to watch comes on. Like when Power is back, I'll have Stars while Power is on, and then I'll turn it back off.
And then you'll be preaching Power on the podcast.
Yeah, Power is fucking great. Like I don't know, like I know. I
saw the first episode.
This is really fucking good, man. And like the guy from Power actually plays. He plays in the second season of Jessica Jones. One of the characters, one of the guys that played in Power, and he's like a completely different guy. Because in Power, he was like an ex-gangbanger, drug dealer type dude, but now he's just like clean-cut guy. He also plays in Manifest, where he's a cop, and he's just a completely different guy. So
with this LeBron James Friday the 13th, is he and Jason going to play horse or something?
For the most part, he hasn't been in a lot of what he'll have like a bit role, because there's a part of Survivor's Remorse where the main character, is based off of a basketball player that basically he moves out of Boston and he basically takes his family with him. And like it's about like providing for his family and like trying to be a basketball player and all that other stuff. But there is one scene that he's in where someone gets invited to a high stakes poker game and he is a part of that poker game, but like he's not.
Jason can be over there dunking on fools. Can you imagine?
I didn't hear what you say. I heard Jason can.
I said Jason's going to be over here dunking on fools. Can you imagine?
I wouldn't put it past him.
With heads, with
heads
instead of basketballs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All while Sweet Georgia Brown is playing in the background.
Really, and a really creepy version of Sweet Georgia Brown. It just like Sweet Georgia Brown with like minor chords. For all of my music people.
That Bone Thugs with Tupac's song is going to play as like the ending credits because it's got the as the beat. I can't remember the name of the song. I think it's Thug Love.
Thug Love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that album. That album
great.
It started out great, but then he got to like creep to corny shit like "If I Could Change the World."
Okay, so here's the problem with the Art of War. Not too many people can make double albums work, and apparently they couldn't. There are some jams there, but like it's just a lot of filler. Like there's very few people that have actually made a double album work.
I cut class and went to the mall on the bus. Took 2 buses to the mall. Cut class to buy this album, and I took it home, and I'm like, "What is this?"
That explains a lot. All right, so y'all got anything else y'all want to talk to before I speak about my mans and then wrap this up?
No, I think we pretty much covered it, man.
Man, okay. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about my man's Big Boy 1077. Anybody on the live stream can actually see that's what I actually named myself on this episode. My man, Big Boy, obviously he has some health issues that he didn't actually like really talk about, because like, Sherry and I have spoken since, and like both of us said the same thing. We knew he was on dialysis, but we didn't know the extent of what was happening there. And one thing I can say about Big Boy, like he was just super funny, and a super genuine dude. And it's crazy because like not too long ago, I was on the PlayStation and I had an update. So I was appearing online. I usually appear offline because people just try to talk to me on the PlayStation for some reason. It is a real pain in the ass. So I was appearing online. He sent me a chat request and we just started chilling and just talking about just nothing, and it was just the same as it always was. And luckily, for me, during that conversation, we actually like spoke about what being around each other in a podcast setting actually meant to us both, and having each other to bounce stuff off of. And like I said, like my man is hilarious. So like, so at the very least, I hope that he knows how much that he meant to me and how much he meant to the show. Because like I said, him and Sherry used to do a Walking Dead podcast because it was Jay Bird's idea, and then Jay Bird couldn't do it. So, and also rest in peace to Jay Bird. But like one of the problems that I had during that conversation is like he didn't know about Jay Bird, and I had to break the news about Jay Bird to him. And that hurt so bad because like I like we were having a conversation, and he asked me about Jay Bird and why Jay Bird wasn't on the show, because he had skipped some episodes. I mean, let's be real, like you can't really listen to all of this shit all the time. And so like I had to break that to him, and that shit was heartbreaking. And now like I have to like break the news I had to break the news to a few people, because he listened to he still listens to the show occasionally. He still listens to the Dream Team. Like he's like, if you ever listen to the Dream Team, when the soundboard is working, and there's a couple of clips that we use often that are actually him, especially the nice, that are actually him, and like to this show and that show, he was a pretty important part of them, especially in the for the times that he was around, before the separation and all of that kind of stuff. Because honestly, I think the separation affected more people than I thought. I was kind of insular, like about my own pain, and I didn't realize how many people that felt like they were caught in between all of this. And he was one of those people, and we spoke about that.
Yeah, Rum Blocker just said that, man, that's You Stole My Mew episode meant a lot to him at the time, and when he really needed it.
Yeah, man, like the whole You Stole My Mew thing is crazy. And I shared it today on Facebook and Twitter. The You Stole My Mew thing was really, we were supposed to be playing something on the PlayStation, and for some reason one of something wasn't working right. So we were just having a conversation, and at some point during the conversation, I just started recording it. I listened to that episode again, and that episode, like I said, that episode helped me get past what I was feeling, because I laughed so much during that episode that I stopped crying. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of dude he was. And I didn't realize that there was a one of my favorite YouTube videos is the Dame Drops Damn thing. The whole thing where they made a song out of him reviewing Five Guys. I had never heard of that until like recording that episode. I mean, I call it an episode, but it was really just a conversation that we were having, and we were just kind of laughing and just having a good time. And the crazy part, one of the craziest things about the episode that I just heard, the you Erase My Mew episode, is even in that episode, I mentioned James Ingram, who just died on the 29th. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's, because at the time, my ex-wife was listening to an 80s 80s playlist, and We Are the World came on. And so we were talking about We Are the World, and I brought up James Ingram because of his voice, and like how we don't have a bunch of masculine voices in music right now as far as singers go. And I brought up James Ingram, and it's crazy that he just passed away not even a week ago. Like James Ingram himself. And then and then the conversation that we had about Jay Bird, and like I'm talking in this episode, I'm talking about, people that have passed, and it's just crazy that all of that came back at the same time with Big Boy's passing. So I like at the end of it, go back and listen to that show. It was hilarious. I guess I was still in the throes of Game Dev Story. That's kind of how it started. And I've been itching to try to play Game Dev Story again. Like, let's be honest, it's my favorite mobile game of all time. No, hands down. There's no question.
Is it
and
is it in the feed, like this current feed?
it's an old episode. Like that episode came out in like 2013, and like this was like that episode when it actually came out. It was weeks before my separation. Like before the actual thing happened, it was weeks before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Because you could, if it's not like that easy to find for the people listening, you could
Well, you said he shared it, right?
re-upload
You
it.
shared it on Facebook.
I shared it on Facebook and Twitter. So just find me under my name on Facebook. And
I have to go listen to that. I have to go listen to that later.
And then and I did share it I shared it on Twitter also. So it's right there. Just look for me on both places, and you can find the You Erase My Mute episode. Because I mean, like, it's real, and it's real deal laughter. And just like I just hope at the end of it he knew how much I truly appreciated him as a fan of the show turned friend. And I really wish that even though we had the conversation about what doing the shows and talking to each other actually meant between us, I really wish I would have known that, that this was about to be it. And I could have, at least reiterated and said, just how important that he was to the growth of the thing that we now call Scarcasm. So go back and listen to the episode. There's a ton more episodes that he was on, and he was on a lot of those Walking Dead episodes. I'm not even sure how many of them are actually on the feed, because all of the Scarcasm archive stuff got wiped. So like, I don't really know. I know the new episode is on Libsyn. When I tried to pull it up in my app, it wouldn't let me go back that far. So it was from like April 2013. So and like it was like had to be like beginning to mid-April, and like the whole separation thing and like when everything really happened was like on April the 29th. So like this was all like right in the same time frame. But like, man, just go check my man out. He did start his own podcast, but it just got off the ground. It was a sports podcast. But now that kind of went away, and now he's gone. So it all just really sucks. And like losing people in any way, shape, or form is never easy, but losing a good dude like Deshaun, like his real name is Deshaun, like losing a good dude is extremely difficult. And I tried to keep it together today, but so like I got myself together afterwards. I went to the store, and then I had a conversation with Sherry because Sherry talked to his mom. And then like when I came back here, like I couldn't hold it anymore. And then I started listening to that episode. And like I said, by listening to that episode, I started to laugh through the crying, and it actually helped me. Just hearing his voice and laughing along with him all over again.
Nice, man.
That was difficult to do without cracking the fuck up. I think I held it together well. That was very, very difficult. So, anybody got some shout outs?
Just shout out to the people, man. As always.
As always. Shout out to the people. Shout out to Ron Block. I see you, dog. We in here. My dude. And man, just shout out to everybody who, that's been around for a long time, that actually remembers Big Boy, the people who don't know yet that are going to go check out that episode, and, shout out to the people who just don't give a shit. We appreciate y'all too. Like, every single one of y'all, we appreciate,
Right.
because like I said, like I always say, you could be anywhere. But like the fact that you stopped and you spent some time with us, we greatly fucking appreciate you for that. Like, super appreciate you. So, yeah, if no one has anything else to say, just like for real, for the homie Chase and Sam, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm, and we're out of here. Peace out to the
Peace.
Warriors, yo.
Later.